think it's going to record here in a moment. There it goes. All right, we are recording. It's the Dani Cutler Show on KWSS 93.9 FM and another interview. I've been so excited because I've had so many interviews with artists lately over the past couple weeks, and it gives me this feeling of hope that eventually we're going to get back out there and see each other in person again. But the Zoom works. And those of you listening on 93.9, I am here with the amazing Sydney Sprague. And hello, Sydney. Is it Sprague or Sprague?
I will accept either. I say it's Sprague. I think it might technically be Sprague according to phonetics, but I say Sprague like egg.
I have heard both. So I'm just like, but I'm going to go with what you say because it's your name.
Thank you.
Well, welcome. And those again on the radio, I'm doing this via Zoom and this will be posted afterwards. So you're going to hear a clip now and then you can go see the entire interview over on all of the socials. So Sydney, how are you, my dear?
I'm hanging in there. Yeah. I'm not too bad. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, congrats on the album, which was released last Friday. Yep. And it is called Maybe I Will See You at the End of the World.
Yes.
Were you making some sort of 2020 prediction with that title?
I guess so. God, I don't know. Maybe I manifested this. I don't know.
Wait, no, we don't want to blame you.
No. But I wrote most of the album between 2018 and 2019. And I think the title itself just comes from like how anxious of a person I am and always waiting for the end of everything. Kind of like, I play out a lot of worst case scenarios in my head all the time.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. And then 2020 happened and here we are.
How was that for you? So, you've been working on this album 2018, 2019. I think you sent it to me in 2019. So I know that you've had it and it was almost ready for quite some time. So you were ready probably to drop it last year?
Yeah.
So how was that for you when, you're sitting here and you're making all these plans and as an artist, all of a sudden March comes around and it's like, okay, everything needs to stop.
Sad for one. Well, initially I had still planned on getting it out in 2020. Mm-hmm. I released the first single independently. I think it was in June of last year, and it was the first single I put out was I Refuse to Die, just because it felt very timely and like
we played it.
You did. You were the first. So thank you for that. Yes. So I put that out and then I got signed to the label right after. I got signed to Rude Records. And so that kind of like prolonged the process quite a bit because they wanted to do more singles and, we needed time to get everything organized and get them on board with everything. So we pushed it back. I initially, when I signed with them, was like very adamant that I wanted it out before November because I was pretty sure that society was going to collapse or Donald Trump was going to get us into a war with somebody. Like
it was a scary summer.
I had very low expectations for my ability to do anything after November. So luckily that didn't happen. Yeah. It all worked out. And it felt like a 100-year long release process for me. But I'm glad that we did it the way we did because I really got to savor in it and to like learn the most from every part of the process. And it was good for me to have something to do as well.
Good. So that's really awesome that you signed with Rude Records. And how did that come about? Did you look for them? Did they find you? How did that happen?
So I made the record with this guy named Sam Rawson in Seattle, and then another guy who produced Sundress record last year mixed it for me. He's out in LA, and he just happened to be friends with Federico, this guy at Rude Records, and he sent it over, and they loved it, and so they hit me up.
That is amazing. Was that
Italian history?
How surreal was that?
Very, very, very surreal. And I kind of wasn't sure about it at first because I don't just kind of be a little bit skeptical of the music business in general and felt very protective of this album because it's my baby and I wanted to do the right thing. And I just wasn't sure, but it ended up being a really, really good choice, and they've been absolutely amazing. And they've hooked me up with lots of PR and like things that I've never had access to before. So it's been
Yeah.
great.
That's awesome. And there's still, it's still an indie label. So I mean,
Yes.
that definitely
Yes.
helps a lot, I mean, not saying that it'd be cool if like Sony approached you or something. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
But, I mean, I think that can calm some of your anxiety just knowing that, okay, they're an indie label and
Right.
another band that is signed with them. And
Yes,
yeah.
that was having Sundressed already there was very comforting to me, and got good advice from Trevor and those boys going into it, and yeah, I feel very very secure. They
That's
take good care
awesome.
of me.
Everyone has been taking care of you, girl. It's been
I
great.
know.
And I have to add, since we're on the subject of Sundressed, Cash Out that you did that
Yes,
single with them, that's an amazing track as well. So
thank you.
yeah,
I'm
everyone needs to go check that out.
I'm so stoked about that. I feel like I've been in the scene ish. I'm kind of like looking up at all of these bands. Like, obviously Chelsea has been like a hero of mine for years, and
Mhm.
Sundressed and Jared the Mill and all these people like I've always just admired and aspired to like be more like them, and now I'm getting to actually like be friends with them and work with them, and it's all very surreal. I'm very very humble about it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, I've known you for several years now, and I mean, do you remember playing the Mesa Music Festival stage for
Yes.
us? I mean,
Yes.
it
I
was
just
just
saw pics of that the other day actually.
yeah, and it was just like
Nostalgia.
you and your guitar. Just, I
Yep.
mean, you've come a long way.
Here I am
Here
in
you
my
are. Oh my
in my bedroom.
no, I think that's amazing. No, it's so wonderful. Just so happy about all of it. And even with Chelsea, I just, we were talking before I hit record, with Poor Life Choice Management. So, you're with that now, and Chelsea is helping you there. And so she told me the story of how you two uh, started your partnership. I want to hear your version.
Yeah. So we I hit her up to do my website because she had worked a little bit on graphic design and stuff for me before, and I was thinking about putting it out the single. This was like February of March of last year. And so she did that, and then I was like, okay, can you also help me with this thing? And then also like my socials, and then also like, do you know how to do this? And she just kind of like she just stepped in and took me under her wing, and it just kind of happened very very naturally. And at some point we had to have the conversation like, okay, so wait, like, are you my manager? Like, is that what we're doing here? But yeah, it's just been I don't know what I would have done without her. Honestly, it's been overwhelming. I've never had like this many emails and this many like things to do every day, and like, people to report to, and it's a lot of responsibility, and I've been so so grateful for her
Yeah, but
guidance.
as much as it's responsibility and can feel overwhelming, it's like you at least know that you have that support system in place. So,
Yes.
that's like three-quarters of it right there. So,
Totally.
yeah, that's
Totally.
awesome. And it helps that
Yes.
they're all amazing people too. I mean, that's what they're all about is
Right.
support and getting. It's funny how all these interviews sort of intertwine because I also just spoke with Jared from Jared and
Yes.
Mel
The
and caught up
boy.
with him on everything. And the love and the family, and even though they're just kind of like on hold right now while he's working on Wheelwright, it's like you still feel all the love and the sense of community.
It's very much a love fest, and
Yeah, for sure.
especially with Chelsea, like I feel like she gets me more than most people ever would. So it's like fun
Yeah.
to be chatting with her, and
Well, you need that because, as you said, this first album is your baby, but at the same time, I mean, that's your art is you.
yes,
So, you want that to be taken care of and nurtured, if you will. So,
yes,
stick with the baby theme.
yes. It is my firstborn child.
Yes, definitely. And I understand having, actual firstborn child. I understand.
Yeah, totally the same.
Human ones,
Yes.
So tell us about the album. Is there a theme to the album? What's it about?
I would say the theme is kind of like existential romanticism, if that makes sense. It's
It
about
does, yeah.
like falling in and out of love. and also feeling like you're running out of time. So a lot of themes having to do with dating someone who is in a touring band, not things like that. Um, yeah, just kind of having a lot of anxiety, but also a lot of hope at the same time.
Nice, nice. Did that help you? I mean, I'm sure that since it's your baby, you can relate to everything personally, but did you find it almost like therapeutic to be putting these songs together?
Yes, it's like sometimes a little scary because my songs are so deeply personal. They actually like are therapy to me. It's
Yeah.
like it's like journaling or writing a
Yeah.
diary. You write it down so it's out of your head and so you don't have to like have it in your body anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's what these songs are, is they're just like kind of exorcisms of all this like trauma.
She's fine, everybody. She's fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Well, at the same time, so you're going through 2020, you're having all these big changes happen. At the same time, you're still managing to put together videos. How many videos did you drop last year and like early this year? 3?
4 so far.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be more, which is crazy. I'm insane, but
No, I mean, you know what? It's so funny because as long as, especially with the pandemic, if it can be done and done in a way where everybody's comfortable, it's not like you're having shows, you're not going and
right,
performing live. So
right.
I look at it like you're still helping fill that creativity void in you.
Yes, very much. And people, it's hard now, or things are more open than they were 6 months ago. But at that time, I feel like people weren't like streaming as much music. They weren't just like actively listening to music as much, because when you're sitting on your couch, you're not like driving, you're not doing the things that you would normally do when you're listening to music. So you need something that's more interactive, more like visual connection to get the point across. So that was super important to me. And the first video that I did, which was for I Refuse to Die, that was like super intense lockdown times. So I just I green screened it in my kitchen with my iPhone, and I like taught myself video editing software, and I did the whole thing myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, got to wear a whole new hat.
That's great. And you wanted to explore that. I mean, if you weren't feeling it to try and do it, you wouldn't have done it.
Right.
So that's really amazing. And Steve is a great video.
Thank you.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about that one. That was also one of the selections for the Indie Film Fest.
Thank you for everything to do with that.
It's such a creative video. When Maddie Steinkamp was, asking, do you have any suggestions for, local music videos? I mean, it was right there. It was one of the first that I thought of, just because there is so much creativity by it, and it's well done. So who worked on that with you?
So it was Michael Carter, who is actually Chuck's brother. He's the banjo player from Sheridan the Mill.
Okay.
And Chuck's brother, who is in Harrison Fjord. So more love fest with the local boys. But it was their first. It was Taylor, Chuck's brother's first time directing, producing a music video at all. So it was kind of a first rodeo for all of us, and we went way, way over the top with it. They built and painted that entire set themselves. So we built it at Painted Tiger. We had Alex Miller is the guy that filmed everything, and his like crew of amazing dudes. We had some of the Harrison Fjord boys in the video as like the production crew. But basically we just wanted it to reflect everything I was going through at that time. So just to show me in this like wild kind of bigger production that I wasn't necessarily mentally prepared for. So I have a mental breakdown on the set of my own music video, which is very on brand for me.
It's like, I'm just going to stick with it. Just stick with it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Might as well just, be it.
Well, it came off great. So
thank you.
Continue the angst. I don't know.
Thank you. Yeah, I gave myself a concussion shooting that video. When at the end of the video, I destroyed the room and I was smashing a chair against stuff, and I hit it against the bed. not thinking that
And
mattresses
it, oh my
bounce.
gosh.
So like came back and hit me like right here on the eye, and it was,
Fun.
yeah, rock and roll.
Yeah, seriously. That
Yeah.
was kind of your initiation into all of it now, you know.
Absolutely.
You were just manifesting. Well, I guess it happened after, but Phoebe Bridgers, you know, on her SNL performance,
Yes.
smashing that
Yes.
car. Just one of those
Exactly.
things. Yeah.
That's what you do now. It's cool.
Right, exactly. So, but I have to say too, the other video that comes to mind for object permanence,
Yes.
that was a really fun video too.
Thank you. More
How
of the same self-sabotage energy in that one
Yeah,
too.
seriously, but the way it's done with, I mean, I just you didn't do, did you do that one yourself or did you have help with that?
No, no, that
You're
was
like,
actually
no.
no, that was Freddie Paul did that one, and we did it again with Michael Carter.
Okay.
We did it in his apartment. That's his cat in the video. Yeah, we shot that all in like I think 6 hours. It was super quick. It was just the chillest shoot. A lot of changing outfits, but
Yeah. I
yeah,
was gonna say it's really just you, except for the little cameo on the television.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, you and Chuck being newscasters there on the TV.
Yes.
But no, that's I mean, that one is also, you know, equally creative. And I just
Thank
love it
you.
how you can take just such a simple idea. It's like I don't know, I looked at it when I watched the video as this is my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, but it is. I think a lot of people deal with a lot of different things going on in their heads. They don't really
Yes.
like to talk about it, but you put it out there in like visual form.
Yeah. And that's kind of what the song is about too, is just like kind of like trying to manage that and having, these like conflicting voices in your head just like talking
Mm-hmm. Or
trash.
coming at you with the frying pan, you know, whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So everybody needs to go look up all of Sydney's videos because they're all very entertaining and a lot of
Thank
fun.
you.
So,
Thank
yeah. So the video or the album is out, streaming everywhere. And you also have some merch, which I cannot wait to get my red vinyl.
you.
So,
Yay.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
am super excited. I'm on this big vinyl kick right now. So it's like, you know, Bear Ghost dropped a vinyl and
Yes.
even
They're
Mother
so good.
Mother up in Canada, they dropped a vinyl. And I'm just like, vinyl,
Nice.
vinyl. I'm going to be completely broke. But
Well,
it
you'll
is
have a
worth.
beautiful collection.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm on the street with my vinyl. It's great.
Yes.
No, but I mean, it's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the merch that you and Rude Records put together.
Yeah, so we did vinyl. It's my first time ever pressing to vinyl. We did three different variants. The red one is gorgeous. And then we kind of like interpreted the album art into the other two. So there's one that's like it looks like smoke. It's kind of translucent. And then one that's black with white specks that looks like the stars from the
Nice.
artwork. So it all ties together in a very aesthetically pleasing way for me. And we have CDs. I don't know if people still listen to CDs. I feel like vinyl is definitely more popular these
It
days.
is. Vinyl is
Like,
more popular. It's definitely. I mean, I hate to call it trendy, but it is. It's a trend right
yeah.
now. You know, I mean, and for us, you know, us older folk, it brings a little sense of nostalgia with it as well.
Yes.
So I mean, I just love it. CDs, I don't know. I mean, I've been asked that before, and there's a debate because people are like, "Well, I like to stream, but you don't get the same
Right.
quality from streaming as you
Right.
do from a CD." So, me as an audio person, you know, I love the vinyl, but then I also love the higher quality stuff. So I don't mind CDs, but I still end up streaming in the car. So who knows?
Right. Yeah. But we got them. Why not? There's somebody out there, I'm sure.
You know, it's like I'm way beyond the 5-disc changer in my vehicle stage. So, you know,
Right.
I don't know if you ever remember those, but I mean,
I do. I actually
yeah.
have one. I have a mom van, so I've got the five
So you
CD
got it.
changer,
Yeah. So,
and then I've got the little DVD player too. Got
yeah.
it came standard issue with a disc of Thomas the Train.
Nice.
So We
Nice.
rock that.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yes.
You're giving me flashbacks to having young children. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think it just comes down to a preference because I even think I was debating with somebody about it who said they just flat out didn't like vinyl because it was just inconvenient. And I was like, oh, well,
Yes.
all
Yeah.
right, I get it. You're not going to listen to a
Sure.
record in your car.
Right.
So, and if you still listen to CDs, then good for
Go
you.
for it.
So
Good for
yeah,
you.
but
Yeah.
I bet the vinyl will be the most popular of.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be so far. They're so pretty too. So,
Oh, seriously, I know. Well, you'll see all of my photos when I get it because I can't help
Yay.
myself. So,
Yeah,
so
I've got like shirts and a cool crew neck with the art on it, and then I got a little beanie too. So
wonderful.
there's a
Oh my,
whole bundle of things.
excellent. Where can people go to peruse and buy everything?
At Rude Records, I think it's just rude.com, I think. But Rude Records site has all of the merch there.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah,
Yeah.
so looking ahead to this year, we are now a year after. We're in March 2021, so it's been a year. What's your feeling? What vibe are you getting as you look towards the rest of this year? Like for you as an artist, what are your hopes?
Uh, it's so hard. It's
Yeah,
just, no idea really what to expect. I'm cautiously optimistic. Um, it seems like some things are maybe starting to happen again in fall. Again, big, lots of asterisks,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's exciting to kind of like see people start to make some plans for potential shows, especially in other parts of the world that are kind of more progressed than we are in all of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Australia has been very supportive of my music so far, which is really cool. Always
That
been a
is
dream to go
cool.
there. I've got, really awesome support there, so would love to maybe make it out of the States. That would be a first for me. I've only made it to Canada in my life, so would be really cool to travel and play some shows. But really, I just want to make another record and keep eating music out there. That's what I want to do.
I love it. Have you been writing then? Still writing and
Yeah, I did. I was in a songwriting like workshop through Zoom for the better part of 2020. So I was writing a lot for the first chunk of quarantine. And then the release started happening, and I had to switch parts of my brain to the like visual
yeah.
aspect and everything else. But I have a big pile of demos that I'm very, very excited about.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm
Yeah,
excited for you, definitely.
yeah, I'll
So,
have to send you
oh,
some.
please do. Yes, Chelsea, I know you're watching. So, yes, definitely need to get my hands on that. What's coming up next? More videos?
There will be, yep, there's one more video for the single that dropped with the album, which is End of the World, kind of the title track. And then, not a lot, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but there's going to be another iteration of this album coming
Oh,
in a couple
well, we'll
months.
just stop right there. So that
Yes.
way no one gets in trouble, but we teased it.
Yes.
That's
Something is coming.
yeah, yeah, cool. That is awesome. Well, Sydney, it has been so much fun catching up with you and
Yeah,
seeing your lovely face, and
I
I
know.
miss
I miss
you.
you.
That's how I feel. I'm like, oh, I
I'm
miss
so
you all. Oh my gosh.
sorry.
I've said this on just about every interview, but it's just gonna be ugly when we can be in person again and I'm just crying and hugging everybody for
Yes.
uncomfortable. Haha, there's a little uncomfortable periods of time. Yes, yeah, I went there. That's a shirt, everybody who doesn't know what I'm
Yes.
saying right now.
I
One of
still
our
have
shirts.
some of those if anybody out there wants one.
Too funny. But yeah, it's gonna be awkward and uncomfortable when I'm just crying on everybody's shoulders for
Same.
extended minutes. But we'll
I'm
just
ready. I
I
will
am
be
too.
very comfortable in your arms
There we
with
go.
tears.
There we go. It's a date.
Yes, perfect.
All right, Sydney, thank you so much for being here on the Zoom for a little while. And
Yeah,
again, everybody who's listening on 93.9 FM, you can catch the entire interview over on the social media for KWSS, and I'm sure Sid will share it too. So,
absolutely.
all right, thank you, Sydney.
Thank you so much.